Thanks for joining us here for the ABC 6 News webcast. I'm Tanya Carter on this Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. Well, today is Flag Day, and people from around the country were in the nation's capital to protest Mississippi's state flag instead of celebrating our national flag. Protesters gathering outside the U.S. Capitol today about the Mississippi state flag. They say the Confederate battle emblem on the flag is a vestige of slavery and Congress should erase it. Anyuwan Ellis, an actress who lives in Pike County, says the Mississippi flag is a national issue because Americans shouldn't spend tax dollars on a symbol tied to slavery and the Ku Klux Klan. Congressman Benny Thompson also at today's rally to bring attention to the Confederate flag that's still flying high in Mississippi.
We're going to take the flag down locally. It's not about what they're doing in Washington, but what we're doing in our own backyard. So, like the city of Jackson, like the city of Greenville, we like the city of Hattiesburg. We have a lot of other cities in Mississippi who could do likewise.
Mississippi is the only state with a flag that still includes the Confederate battle emblem. The symbol has been there since 1894, and voters chose to keep it in 2001. Supporters of the flag, including sons of Confederate veterans, say it represents their heritage. Also at the nation's capital, U.S. Senator Roger Wicker honors the 50th anniversary of James Meredith's historic March Against Fear. James Meredith began that march against fear on June 6, 1966 in Tennessee in hopes of walking all the way to Jackson, Mississippi after his enrollment at the University of Mississippi. His goal to register as many African-American voters along Highway 51 until he was shot 3 times 1 mile south of Hernando. U.S. Senator Roger Wicker picks up the story from here.
Although he would recover, Meredith was unable to complete his march against fear, and the leadership was taken over by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Floyd McKissick, and Stokely Carmichael. By the time the march reached the city limits of Canton, the number of marchers had doubled to 250. By the time it concluded in Jackson, there were 15,000 people in attendance. This overwhelming turnout made it the largest civil rights demonstration in the history of the state of Mississippi. More than 4,000 African Americans were registered to vote from rallies and drives during the march along U.S. Highway 51.
Roger Wicker thanked the Senate for passing this resolution. He also says that James Meredith lives in the Jackson area and proudly wears his Ole Miss hat around town and enjoy plenty of Ole Miss games. Meanwhile, the Delta is set to welcome Vice President Joe Biden today, but the Orlando nightclub massacre now taking precedence. We're told Vice President Joe Biden was set to visit the Delta today to look at the needs of the region. The Vice President is scheduled to meet with several business and community leaders at the B.B. King Museum in Indianola. Hope Credit Union was one of the agencies assisting with the Vice President's trip to the area, and some of the areas of concerns that they were hoping to discuss with the Vice President: housing, business development, and cultural needs. No word yet on when the Vice President will reschedule his trip.